Today we're going to learn how to define the order setup settings in the system. Go to Orders in the main menu, then click Setup. This is the setup page we'll be working on to make our day-to-day process easier when creating quotes and invoices. At the top, you can define some default settings for your quotes and invoices, such as estimated delivery days and a default sales tax. In limit days, you define how many days a slab added to a quote can remain on hold before it is released back into inventory and becomes available for other customers. Here, if you want to add a default description for all your slabs, you can fill it in. Otherwise, you can add different descriptions for each slab individually when registering bundles in your inventory. Below, you can define a minimum profit goal percentage, and next to it, your desired profit goal. In Prefix, you can insert letters, numbers, or codes to identify your quotes and invoices. I'll use SW from SlabWare. And in Next Quote and Next Invoice, you can define the number sequence that makes sense for your business, or the one you usually use. Here you can define a default area description that will be automatically added to your orders. In Order Options, you'll find several configuration settings that you can enable or disable using the checkboxes. You can use the same number for both quotes and invoices by enabling this option. When selected, the Next Invoice field will be disabled, and you can enable all these options from this list. In PDF default settings, you can define what will appear on all PDFs generated from orders. This way, you don't need to configure these options for each order individually. You can choose whether to show items such as total square feet, taxes, order status, and more. Click Apply to All to update all existing order PDFs. If you click Save, the changes will apply only to PDFs generated after the update. Here, you also have quick access to the Job Tracker setup page. This button works as a shortcut. In Deposit To, you can add the names of people responsible for receiving deposits and payments for both quotes and invoices. Click New, enter the name, and click Save. Here you can add quote statuses to use in your quotes. These statuses help you track which stage the order is in. Click New, enter the status name, optionally set a sequence number and color, then click Save. Statuses are listed in the order they were created. Once you set sequence numbers for all statuses, they'll follow the sequence order on both the setup page and the invoice. Below, you'll do the same for Invoice Status. Fill in the status name, sequence, and color. The sequence defines the order in which the statuses appear. I'll number the invoice statuses to show you how it works. Initial will be the first status and canceled the last. This is the order that will appear when selecting an invoice status. Next to that, you can define payment methods. Click New. I'll add credit card, Visa. After filling it out, click Save. In terms of payment, you can define payment terms with installments. We covered how to apply installments to invoices in the previous tutorial. Click the card above to watch it. Here I'll add net 15 days. I entered 10 days, but the correct value is 15 since I'm using net 15 days. With 2 installments, payments will be charged every 15 days. On the right side, you can add taxes. I'll add New York tax and set it to 8.880%. After filling everything in, click Save. In Products and Services groups, you can allow users to create product groups to add to quotes or invoices. Here, I'll create a group called Bathroom Services and add a sink, a faucet, and a service. When creating a new order, the order form includes a field called Products and Services groups. By selecting one of the groups you created, all items added to that group will be automatically added to the order. In this form, you can also add the sales tax and the terms of payment. This time, I'll create a quote. Here you can see all the items from the Bathroom Services group. In default files, you can add payment terms, purchase terms, contracts, and more to be linked to your quotes and invoices. Click New, upload your files, add as many as you need, and then click Save. By clicking on a file, you can download it to your computer. Let's open a quote or an invoice. On the right side of the screen at the bottom, you'll find a button called Files. All default files are stored there and attached to your orders. That's it for today. If you want to see how SlabWare can help you organize and grow your stone business, visit slabware.com and start your free trial today. If you have any questions, our support team is ready to help. Follow the channel, turn on notifications, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. See you in the next tutorial, folks!